Them a wonder how we do this. Them grow with hate and hunger. Fit your profit, but as my locks get longer, hidden heart it a twist. No spread no propaganda.
Blessings and namaste, family. Welcome back to my channel. It is Serenity Soul Invictus, and we're here today. It's Wednesday. As you could tell, Wednesdays are usually Richie Wednesdays here. We talk about magic, we talk about spirituality, all of that good stuff. And got my sage going, trying to make sure everything is clean and clear, vibing higher, all of that. We have some wonderful crystals that I always have beside me or in my hands as I'm talking to you guys. I have today is tiger's eye, amethyst, it's a lapis lazuli, as well as a red jasper. I have larger ones of the lapis and the amethyst, but I have those like on my altar, so I don't really move those too much. Um, anyway, I am thinking about some topics, but today's topic is actually how to manage, how do we navigate spirituality, find a balance between spirituality and our relationships. Okay? Oh, and this is lemongrass too. Lemongrass is really good. I love it. Most of the stuff that I drink, I actually could just pick from outside because I try to grow them without, having to go and buy store-bought. You don't always trust store-bought. It's a better connection when you could actually grow something and consume it yourself. Harvest it, drink it. Anyways, I'm talking about this. I have all the windows shut because we don't need any interruptions. We don't need any gardeners, any handyman, anybody around snooping, listening to stuff. So not today, at least. So I'm good. So if you saw me in other videos doing this all the time, no, the popo's not at my door. All right. I I get up usually at nights around 3 a.m. and it's very difficult for me to go back to sleep around that time. It feels like although I was so tired before I went to sleep, by the time it's that like 3 a.m., I feel like I've already rested all night. But then by morning, as soon as the sun rises, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have slept a little more. But this is around the time that I thought about doing this topic today, around 3:30 a.m. That's when most of the thoughts come to me so rapidly, like so clearly, like I could see everything like it's day in my mind, you know? And so you should see me talking to myself in my sleep, like not in my sleep, but like lying down, like partially asleep, and I'm like, namaste. I'm like, okay, yeah, we need to think about this a little more. And hubby's like, what? And I'm like, oh, not you, sorry. But this is something that's been on my mind for a couple of days. As it relates to spirituality, we know that a lot of people now along this journey of ours are not going to be able to stay along. They're not going to be able to stick. The journey is not for them. The journey is yours. And so this message today may come off a little strong, may come off a little harsh, but it's just the point I'm trying to make, and I'm going to see if I can find creative words to make it stick or so that it resonates a little better. In our lives, we have so many people that are close to us who kind of still don't get us, who don't understand us. And I feel like when you are called to do something, you should answer that call. That call is the voice of spirit actually speaking to you through you. And this is where the ideas just pop from. All of a sudden you're wondering, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel this conviction, this sudden, powerful, compelling conviction to do this? Because it is something that supersedes yourself, something that is more pure, that is telling you this is your destiny whispering at you. This is why you should answer the call. You should not worry about what the other person says beside you, behind you, in front of you, around you, because they have a different call and they're not going to understand the calling that you have. When you start to move towards a more spiritual path, I'm wearing this today, by the way. I know you guys like, what is she wearing? I'm feeling gangster chic today, okay? I'm feeling like, like they say in the memes, like a little bit of Pac, a little bit of crystals, a little bit of gangster and alchemy. That's what it is, okay? So that's how I'm feeling today. And I don't apologize for how I feel. I don't apologize for what I'm wearing, how I do my hair, how I fix my face. I don't do that. Because the more you practice being comfortable with yourself and true to yourself, the less you will be worried about other people's opinions of you. So back to what I was talking about now, and this as it relates to spirituality and stuff. There are people I look at from I was a young age and I say, wow, how courageous they are. Like you would see people like dressed up, they're like high priestess on the street walking like, with all white and like a flowing dress, a all white skirt and all white top, and their hair is all turbaned up and all white and like looking so regal and royal. Like, you can tell that they are a little more awakened than the average guy you see on the street, in jeans and a torn up jeans or whatever. So I'm like, just the way they carry themselves, their demeanor is so different. It's so much more graceful. It's so mindful. Like they are conscious of a lot they do. That's a lizard this time. It's not a gardener. I said I can't shut the windows from the gardener. We're not gonna have any disturbances today. And I was like, cool, kosher, that's great. But now there's a big lizard on the window. I guess he wants to hear a little tidbit of this too. Well, you can listen. I mean, lizards aren't the biggest of friends, but hey, the more the merrier. Speaking of the more the merrier, by the way, going to have a special guest on here soon. Um, that person has yet to be seen. That may be a friend, that may be another YouTuber, that may be a family member, that may be hubby or my son or my daughter. That could be anyone. So just stay tuned for that, and it will be up and coming shortly. So anyways, talking back about these people that when I was younger, I always looked at them and like, do you know the bravery and courage that they must have to be able to walk in a town where most people, these are mostly clones where we live, where I'm sure where you live as well. You have carbon copies of of people from TV, people from entertainment world. You have carbon copies of them every day you see walking around the street. So when you see someone different, you notice them immediately, and it's profound. Like you have to take a second and third look. Okay, you have to learn to walk your truth, and just by me noticing them from maybe I'd say I was a child or a teenager, it's what started to open my eyes that hey, there are people in this world who actually move according to their calling and not worry about what others think. That's the way you have to be as well as you are moving along the spiritual path of yours, whatever that may be. We have people who are Christians who practice magic. They call themselves Christian witches, which is an oxymoron to me because those two words really don't go together. Like you can't put those, but that's their choice. We're all given free will. And that's the sweetest part about it. You have free will. You have free will. I'm all about freedom, man. Give me liberty or give me death, all right? I watched that video, Michael Jackson's video. Which one was it? I think it was Black or White, where he's at the top of the Statue of Liberty now in the torch, and he's, yeah, that's not my baby, yeah, and he's like, busting it. That man, even though people call him the king of pop, rock, and soul, people call him all of these things. People say, oh, well, what do you expect? That's Michael Jackson. Like, duh, that's what he's going to do. If you were Michael Jackson, you'd do it too. Yes, I would. But Michael Jackson learned from a very young age, before he knew who Michael Jackson was himself, to just be himself. Just do what he loved. Do what called him in his soul, his spirit, Like he said, he's a slave to the rhythm. music was very powerful in his life. Music was his life, you know. So people couldn't understand a lot of the times, wow, how could it be that a person works for 45 years of their life, you know, and dies at 50 years old? When you love something, it's not considered work, you know? I watched that documentary with the interview with Oprah and Michael, and Oprah asked him at a certain point in the interview, they were at the Neverland Ranch, and she asked him when they got to an area at his home where they had a stage set up for sick kids and stuff. And she asked him if he could just do a dance move for her, because, like, you know, they were talking about the moonwalk and all that stuff. And literally, I tell you no lie, in less than a second, this guy was like, he was at it, like he was doing what he does best. He didn't have to think about it. He didn't have to say, oh, like, you know, usually he's shy. This is Oprah asking you to dance. Like, seriously, okay? But that's what his heart always thumped for. So, getting back to what I was saying now, how this connects to that is you got to be yourself, because you will never be your best. You will never reach to those heights that you can reach your potential by stifling who you are, by dumbing yourself down, by being shy and modest and saying, oh no, I don't know like how to do that so well. It's just no, a little. Be bold. Be unapologetic about who you are, about the things that you've learned, about the experiences, what you've come to realize through your experiences. It's not to say you're going around rubbing stuff in people's face. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. Okay? It's far from that, actually. But it's about walking and living your truth. I tell people all the time, like, you know, when I was younger, we have relationships where we kind of have to alter our true selves just to be like harmonious with a certain person, or just to say have peace. Like, I was just trying to keep the peace. Like, you know, if you cannot be yourself and keep peace, you don't need to be around that person. That's just it. That's how I look at things. You know, that's why the spiritual journey is most of the times a lonely one, because you have to cut off a lot of connections. You have to cut off a lot of people. You people have to actually delete themselves from your life as well. You don't get to cut off all. You know, you'd like to us this so-called alchemist. You know, you'd like to say you're Edward Scissorhands, just cutting off people, like cut off demons, right? No, sometimes you just let them handle themselves. I see on Facebook, on social media, I should say, I get all kinds of love and stuff on certain platforms. But then on the platforms where people think they know me, I get almost like this. It's like, I don't worry about that. I don't watch that, you know, because I'm not doing it for them. I'm not doing it just for them. I'm doing it for myself, but I'm also doing it for everybody else and anybody who feels drawn to it, like me, like-minded people. You know, why would I try to convince and coerce a person who's the direct opposite from me to be like me? That's no fun. That makes things boring, you know? We have the law of polarity, all right? Extremes, different sides, you know? You go that way, you see this way. I can't force a person because I don't want anybody to force me, but I know that it will handle itself in due time. If I continue to be myself, all I will do is attract more people like me to me, and repel people who don't like me or who are not like me away from me. And it's not to say that I'm going around trying to be a loner. No, of course not. You want to live life like everybody else. You don't, you know, it's about happiness. It's about where your true happiness lies, where your true power lies, where the people who support you, where the love lies, man. Okay, this is where it's at. And I know even in our intimate relationships, this becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. Like, you know, somebody may say, yeah, they're on board with you, or say, yeah, you can't force them either. Like, you know, that might be your partner, you know, that might be your spouse, your mate, but you cannot force them to be at your level spiritually, you know. They can only meet you where they have reached themselves. So when you go around doing that, you will find that you actually repel more people than you need to. So you just do you. You just do you. You treat people with love and kindness. You do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And this is the biggest thing along the spiritual journey that I'm learning, that you have to just live life as if none of this garbage was going on. None of the crap that you see, none of the negativity. Don't go around seeking the negativity, but just be yourself. Try to vibe higher. Try to help people. Try to give more. Give more. All of these things, help you to find more people who are like you or who want to be like you. Some people actually aren't like you, but they actually really love you. They really adore the way your character is. It's obvious. The truth cannot be hidden. So as long as you continue being true to yourself, people will see it. And like I was saying, in a relationship, in an intimate relationship, it's even harder, because sometimes for me personally, right? I I have stages. I don't do magic on a daily basis. I don't I let me don't say it like that, but I try to implement things, magical things, into my daily life, of course, such as like use of crystals and color correspondences and all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes I drink certain herbal teas to heighten certain things in my mind or in my body or different things like that. So we don't always go around, practicing and working actually at an altar, working or doing a meditation or whatever all the time. However, there are times when you feel strongly the need to do that. Then comes your spouse or your partner, and they're like, okay, well, what are you doing? And you're like, okay, well, I was about to go do this, that, the next thing, or whatever. And they're like, you have to do that now? They don't see the importance. They don't see the need for you to be doing that stuff. Not to say that they are criticizing you or that they don't approve of it. It's just that they don't see the importance of it a lot of times. They'd rather sit down and watch TV. Some of us, some of us are trying to move away from those types of activities. Some of us are trying to move into more powerful activities that are going to bring out the best in us, that are going to actually transform situations, that are actually going to make us have better lives. Sitting around and doing nothing is not going to make you have a better life. This is why a lot of people actually have turned to magic and metaphysics in the first place. Notice now, a person who's doing good, like say for instance, let's just say a 20-year-old woman with a trust fund of $3 million, she's usually not going to be the one to say she's going to practice magic. She's not. She has it made already in her mind. So more than likely, the person who decides to do this, who decides to live a more spiritual life, spirituality comes in many forms. Spirituality is not just about religion or about the Bible or about Jesus. It comes in many ways. So when you see a person decide that they're going to live a more spiritual life, they're going to do things differently than the masses, they have their reasons for it. Deeper reasons than other people can actually even see. And this is what I've been thinking about all night. I'm like, you're not going to see Khloe Kardashian, smudging her house and she doesn't need to. Her money is doing that for her. Her money cleanses the place. This is just the point I'm trying to make, is your spiritual journey is for you to strengthen yourself. It's because you feel like now that voice has whispered to you and told you that you need the work, that you need work, or that you actually have the power, and that through practicing your power, practicing to believe in your power is how you increase your power. In other words, I've seen a lot of situations in my life, in my family's life, in my friends' life, that were very much disheartening, very unpleasant, very depressing, very hurtful, you know? And those things I forbid for anybody, my worst enemy, which I don't have, but I forbid those type of things to happen to anybody I love. But it happened to them. And you know why I believe it happened to them? Because they weren't exactly willing to let go of those people around them who were sucking the life out of them, who were draining them of everything they had, who did not appreciate them, who did not value them, actually didn't give a shit about them, but they couldn't let go of those people. They didn't know when to cut the cord and say, this is it, either you're going to do this way with me, or you're not going to be seen with me again. This is what you have to do along the spiritual journey. You have to toughen up. Everything you face cannot be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. So you have to be a spiritual warrior. You have to be tough enough to say, okay, I don't care if you walk away. Bye. There's your shit. See ya. And know and trust that there will be better that comes after that. Because why? Just like what you do to an ex. I see a lot of females online and stuff. They're talking about the number one way to get your ex back. What do? What's the rule? You guys know it. No contact rule, right? I'm sure we've tried that sometimes, but it works. It definitely works. I'm gonna tell you it works. All right. They keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Every time they come back, it's like, bye. Okay. And I'm not calling. I'm not texting. I'm not doing none of that shit. All right. Because why? I value myself too much to be played with. I'm not no Barbie doll from Mattel. What this look like? I am too divine to be played with in such a way. And this is what you have to understand and realize about yourself. When you allow people to do this, I've seen, man, I don't even want to call names on this channel because I don't know who's going to watch this and say, oh, well, this is just whatever. I don't care. But at the same time, I've seen atrocities happen when you are too afraid to be who you are. And that's why I am totally against that. That's why I would tell my mom, I would tell my deadbeat dad, I would tell anybody, if you're not with me, stay where you at, okay? Because I'm this grown now, You weren't there when I was this little. Am I gonna chase you? Hell no. I am too busy trying to fix my life and trying to better my children and trying to be happy. I don't have time for that anymore. You could have caught me 15 years ago. But I would tell anybody the same thing. This is the reason why people stay in jacked up relationships. This is why people suffer so greatly and die unhappy, because they just handed their power over to some other jack, Like, here, I love you more than me. Take me. You're all you got, all right? When you realize that up here, nothing can take you back to that place anymore. And this is really truly the message I wanted to talk about. Friends, all of that stuff, they're gonna come and they're gonna go. You're always gonna be with you. Okay? You're always gonna be yourself. Don't give up the things that mean everything to you for a moment's pleasure, for a roof over your head, for, some people do it for way less. And I mean, that sucks. I'm hearing stuff. That really sucks. So anyway, guys, that's the message I wanted to bring forward today. Um, And there's something else I wanted to say. I just can't. It just like flew out of my mind, and I let go of my crystals. But another thing, another thing. People who do that, people who are true to themselves, people who have learned to boss up and decide, hey, what they're gonna tolerate, what they're gonna allow, you know, are usually happier. They are the conscious creators that I'm talking about in the last video. Conscious creation is a conscious choice. Conscious creation is not just like, oh, well, let fate just blow whoever belongs in my life my way and, blow the rest into the ocean. No. Conscious creation is you actually putting in an effort to make the puzzle fit, the pieces fit together in the puzzle. So be a conscious creator, remember spirituality, it's not for the masses. Narrow is the path, it's the way. It's not the broad way, it's the narrow way. That narrow way means that, people have to come down that road single file and they have to get checked when they reach the checkpoint or the gate, the border. What is your business? State your business here. And that's what I'm talking about today. So if you feel me on this message, hit like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. By the way, boom. That's what I wanted to say. Boom. My subscribers. This is for you, okay? Feel the love. This is for you. Let's touch hands, all right? We touch hands because I thank you so much. I'm so appreciative because I invite people to subscribe to my channel every time I do a video. It's such a great feeling building a conscious community with the world, not just with the people from where I live. This is for all of us to actually grow and learn and have fun together. So big ups to you guys. Much love. I'm going to end this video here. If you have comments about this topic, let me know how you feel in the comments below. If you actually would like to see me cover certain topics, let me know in the comments below. Same thing, you can email me. My email is serenity25@gmail.com. Serenity as in SUERENITY. Losing my spelling here. 25. Okay? Or you can hit me up on Instagram and serenity_soul_invictus. I actually have 3 Instagram accounts. The next one is it's an Instagram account that I actually had for maybe a year or 2 now. It's just, the other one is all about nature. It's about pictures and shots that I take when I'm in my travels and stuff. I see the most awesome scenery, the most awesome sights here in the Bahamas. Tropical, natural wonders that make people like around the world like, oh, that's amazing, that's beautiful, that's stunning. Sunset, sunrise, the beaches, flowers, plants, animals, whatever it is, as long as it is related to nature, as long as it's a part of nature, I snap it and I post it there. That Instagram page is at, this is a long one, Lady Green Thumbs Enchanted Garden. Lady Green Thumbs Enchanted Garden. Okay, so guys, I would like to see you soon. I would like to hear from you. Hit like on this video so that I can know you're feeling me, that this topic resonates with you, that, because I know there are so many people going through this type of situation. The world is coming to an awakening period right now, and a lot of people I notice are losing friendships. They're losing relationships, sometimes consciously, sometimes just for the dumbest reasons. But however, a shift is happening, and the shift is happening for a reason, and you have to either get conscious of that or you'll be left behind. You'll be left to suffer. You'll be feeling the pain, the brunt of what's going on, truly. And if you want to help anybody else, you got to help yourself first. So with that being said, I'm outie. Thanks for watching this video today, guys. Peace, love, blessed be, and namaste as always. Bye.